Well, hi everyone. I'm John Retlin with my review of AEW Dark, a supersized edition of Dark, 73 minutes, and half of it was good, some of it was and some of it was bullshit. I'm pretty certain you can probably figure out what I didn't enjoy on if you watch this and you just want to know what I have to say, but great that they were actually, that they actually featured a bunch of matches on Dark because a lot of the editions, because it's been from all the pre-tape stuff that they had in the can for like 6 weeks, they were dividing it, and a lot of the Dark episodes were short. Hell, I was putting, a couple episodes together in a review and barely going more than 5 minutes. So this one actually isn't going to be all that long. Excalibur and Taz back on commentary, and we start off with Colt Boom Boom Cabana versus Captain Sean Dean, and it wasn't bad. Colt does some antics where he's like taking forever to fold some of his gear. I don't know why. There was some comedy, but of course Colt is very, very good. I'm not always the biggest fan of his comedy. I mean, I do like when he teams with Yano in New Japan, but Colt is quite good. I have seen him live. He was actually at the first indie show I was at, and he is quite goddamn good. And Dean does hit a few shots to the back, focusing on the back, but eventually, the punches, the elbow drop, Superman pin, 1, 2, 3, and Colt Cabana wins. All the referees, by the way, were wearing masks, including Referee Aubrey. Referee Aubrey is the best referee going today, maybe outside of Red Shoes in New Japan. Fuck it. Referee Aubrey is better than Red Shoes. I said what I said, and I mean what I say. So, anyway, Jurassic Express, unfortunately, with the little twerp, versus Mike Reed and Ryan Rembrandt. This is about Jungle Boy, getting targeted after doing 3 pretty impressive dives, though. After getting beat up for a little bit, Luchasaurus gets tagged, hits some kicks, and then eventually we get the assisted cutter, 1, 2, 3. So Jurassic Express wins, and, Stunt was there for what he was worth, which is absolutely nothing. And then we get Private Party versus Lee Johnson and Musa. One quick note, Lee Johnson and Musa could be a pretty fun team if they decide to sign them full-time, especially once this whole thing gets over, as I just hit my notes continuously. If this whole thing gets over and they get back where they're running in front of crowd, seriously, they were actually a pretty good team. I mean, I know they're two young guys put together just to get a win for Private Party, but they had some pretty good stuff. Johnson hit some impressive dives. There was an unnecessary ramp splash where it looked like Mark Quinn actually hurt his knee. But eventually he would hit the shooting star, 1, 2, 3, and he would pin Johnson. So there we go. We are rolling along with this, and we get John Cruz versus 10 of the Dark Order. Cool. I hate the Dark Order. I don't get the appeal. That's really it there. He had some discoloration on his arm or whatever, like not just from getting hurt, not just from getting chopped or anything in front of the moves. Hopefully he's actually okay, because that looked pretty brutal, but he has spine buster for 3. And then Brody Lee was there for what he's worth, which is absolutely, they pretty much wrecked Brody Lee already. I mean, if he's happy doing what he's doing, fine. I just think it's a dumb gimmick. So then we get Alan Angels, or Alan Eagles, I believe is how Jericho called him. He's the one that had that competitive match against Kenny Omega. Which wasn't a bad match, and I am not the biggest Kenny Omega fan, but it's like, okay, I didn't think that it was that bad. If they see something in Alan Angels and want to give him something cool. He took on Ray Phoenix, who I've seen live. Ray Phoenix is just as impressive in front of 500 people as he is, now in front of nobody, but like he's been in front of like thousands of people. The guy's fucking good. There were some good spots from Alan. He actually does have some ability and has some good size, some good skills. He did do a sit-out bomb and even an apron spot, as we know, the hardest part of the ring. Ray Phoenix, just his ridiculous athleticism. There was this one point where Alan actually did a stomp and then hit a mid-rope moonsault, second rope moonsault. Very impressive combo. If he gets signed and makes that his finisher, he actually could do some pretty good. He can make some damage. He could do some damage. He's pretty damn good. Phoenix then goes jump crazy and hits a muscle buster driver variation for 3. And then we get to the first of 2 women's matches. On that match card, they only had 2 women's matches. I was a bit disappointed, but that's okay. Danny Jordan, who's called the Real Mean Girl, she was in an episode of Circle Squared. I don't remember what. They only had 3 episodes taped. But when I saw that, I'm like, one of my favorite comedies is Mean Girls, by the way, for those who don't know. And I'm like, I love this girl. I love this girl. If she comes to any of the indie promotions once they're back up and running, I am going to go and see that, and I'm going to shake her hand or elbow bump her and get, because we're worried about the handshaking. Then I'm going to, basically just say, hey, love the gimmick. She took on Chris Statlander. It's a gimmick I do not like, but she is committed to this gimmick, and she is ridiculously good in the ring. Very tall, very athletic, and this wasn't bad. I do like Danny Jordan's look. I think that she has some good ability. She does have the heel work down. some guardrail apron bumps by Danny. Danny got some shots in, but eventually, she even got a nice roll through where she, did this, rolled through and hit a kick. That was some pretty good stuff. And then corner knee by Statlander. She can make that her goddamn finisher. That was impressive. But eventually she booped her snoot, a clothesline, and then the big bang theory. I almost said Big Bang Catastrophe. Then I realized that was Keith Lee's finisher. I apologize for that. I know why I didn't remember it was called the Big Bang Theory, because that show's fucking bullshit. But it works. This move works for her, and Statlander got a win. We then had Jason Cade versus Orange Cassidy. You know how I feel about Orange Cassidy, so I'm going to make this simple. They did some antics, and he pinned him with a trap pin. That's it. That's all that happened in the match. So I'll save any more ranting about the Orange Cassidy character for Dynamite or pay-per-view or something like that, but no need to do it here. Jason Cade didn't really get to see much of him, so I don't know what to think. We then have Skylar Moore, who I think has a great look. She faced off against Awesome Kong on one episode of Dynamite and then another episode, and I don't remember who she faced, but she takes on Britt Baker, who is a dentist. I don't know if anybody knows this. She is a dentist. They're subtle about this. We really need less subtlety in wrestling. We need to be hit over the head with this stuff. Because honestly, how are we going to know if somebody's a dentist or not if they don't tell us about 50 million times? But in all honesty, she had some good work, but Britt was mainly taking over, doing some nice kicks, some strikes and everything, stretching her out or whatever, even scissoring her, on the head. Have fun on seeing that, or have fun seeing that. I'm not going to kink shame. And she gets the referee's glove, that's there in case anybody gets busted open, and does the lockjaw. And that was good stuff. Skylar Moore, I think should get signed at some point. I think that she has a good look, because they need more women, and they need some women that can, that can rise up in the ranks and stuff like that. But this was fine. What wasn't fine was Luther, the Japanese deathmatch legend, like that means any goddamn thing, facing off against Jimmy Havoc, who I like. Met Jimmy Havoc at an indie show about a year and a half ago. Nice guy. Not a fan of deathmatch wrestling, but you know what? Jimmy Havoc can actually do more shit than just that. It was no DQ match. Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford were there. Luther can't do any goddamn shit at all. I'm sure he's beat his body to hell, but deathmatch wrestling is bullshit, by the way. Not that the performers are bullshit. I just think that style is freaking bullshit. And Luther does some stuff. There's some chair shots, and eventually Jimmy gets the win after Penelope and Kip interfere, and he hits Fisherman's DDT for 3. So that's pretty much it for that right there. So there we go. The episode of Dark wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but anyway, I just ran through those 9 matches. So there was some good, there was some bad, and then there was some Orange Cassidy and some Luther. So anyway, agree, disagree with what I said. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.